Welcome back. Today there's another meeting and I just want to keep it light and airy. Not too much because last Tuesday we did a lot. I hope you cooked a World Cup meal. If you did, let me know what you made. If you made something from my menu, if you did make something from your own recipes, let me know if you liked that video. So today we're going to keep it light and airy because, to be honest, I'm tired. I did a lot last week. And I don't want to bother you with it, but I just have to reset and take care of myself. So I don't know when that is going to be because we have a wedding coming up next week and I am like a hostess on a wedding. So that means I have to curate, I have to be the hype woman or hype lady, I'm like directing basically the whole situation. Also, I have to make a traditional Surinamese drink. It's a ginger beer and I have to make almost like 100 liters. So not much sleep coming up, but nonetheless I'm excited. I'm happy to be back. I hope you're doing well. I hope life is going well. Your children, your husband, if you have children. So yeah, I just want to keep it light and airy because we are already doing so much. So much, and I don't want to drag other people in here, but some people, let me say, like people who work think that being at home is easy. You just sit around, do nothing and get fat. That's not true for me. I've never been so busy in my lifetime before. Never ever. And I was always somebody who was doing something. I went to school, I was working, but now I feel like I didn't do anything when I was younger. So also when I think back in my younger years, I wish I knew how I could manage that time better, that I would do things that would benefit me in my latter days, to be honest. Meaning I wish I took more courses, because I really want to know how to sew. So unfortunately I never went to knitting class or sewing class, and then I really had time. I thought I didn't have time, but I really had time to just once or twice a week go to sewing class, because now that I'm mature and I have children, I see how beneficial it would have been to me. And I do know how to sew because my mom taught me how to sew by hand. If you have a rip in your pants, or I know how to do this, but really know how to sew, buy fabric, sew clothes for your children or stuff like that, really correctly alter clothes, but also like gardening or flower arranging. I'm like, why didn't I do that? So when you're young, you just don't know how precious time is, and you really do not know, or at least for me, I didn't know what really to do other than work. Just work, go to school, and when you're off from work, you just enjoy yourself and you watch TV, watch series, hang out with friends, go into the club. And now I'm like, man, I wish I did that differently. Of course I did great things, but I even make more friends or connect more with people, network, to see how important it is to surround yourself with great, especially females. I wish I did that better. I did had a friend group, but more, not only friends, just people you can really connect with, call when you need something within, life, business, home, hunting, decor. It's nice that you can call friends like, hey, I really am thinking about buying new curtains. Which ones are correct? Which ones are long lasting, or fabric for couches? My friends, the friends that I have, or the people that I have in my friend group, they are not really into that. Not that I know of. They are not look like their homes are like, whoa, your house is so fabulous, and where did you get that? We are not there yet. We are very much in our early stages. Some of my friends just came out of university, just got a job, just bought a home. So we are really at the beginning of developing our own style when it comes to homes. Even with clothes, I don't have friends that really look fabulous. Oh, by the way, I'm making myself some tea, so I will suggest you do the same. Take your time, grab yourself some nice tea, and let's just talk. Alright, so if you hear the noise, my water is boiling almost, so it's making that squeaky sound. So, or that, what is it, the whistle, it's making the whistle tone. So if you hear it, then you know what it is. But I do not have somebody in my friend group that I could call like, I'm having a wedding next week. Which dresses, where can I find the best dresses for being a wedding guest? I get my information from YouTube. I watch vloggers that I like, or influencers, creators, however you want to call it. And that's where I get my information from. But I don't really have a friend or that I could call for, can I borrow a dress just for that one day? Because I don't want to spend the money to buy myself a dress when it's just for a few hours. So it's important to me now that I'm older that to build that relationship and see the importance of relationships instead of going to the club. And I was not a big clubber, but I did sometimes went to the club, and I didn't really get anything out of it. So I wished I would have connected more with, women, and build the relationships, and have the lunches, and have the dinner parties, and talk and see what we can do for one another. Thank God I do have great friends, such as the one that is helping me, and she really is, man, she was so excited about, or she is so excited about this whole platform. And I told her what I want to do and where I see the vision for this platform. And within a few hours, she got me a logo. And she was talking about, you can do this and you can do that. She is so excited. So I'm so happy that I did cherish that relationship over years, because I dropped out of university in 2011. So we're 15 years later and we are still friends. Even though I moved to another country and we were in contact, and then all of a sudden the contact just stopped because I was living life. I guess she was living her own. And last year I was like, I have to reconnect with my friend, because what happened? We weren't arguing, we just stopped talking. And I think that's the best thing I could have done for myself, because now I see the fruits. I just asked her to help me, and I'm not a person that really asks people to help me, or to just admit that I'm not doing well, or that I'm just full, my hands are full. So it was really, really, really courageous of me just to ask, even though she could have said no and it could have turned into a disappointment. But I asked and she said yes. So that's growth for me. On my side, I feel like I'm really growing, admitting that I need help, that I cannot do it all by myself, having the 4 children, the husband, the home, juggling everything. I'm doing a lot by myself. Of course, I chose this lifestyle, so I'm not complaining. But you constantly have to figure out ways to reinvent yourself, to be successful, to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. If that is, waking up early to make sure you are dressed fully, your makeup is fully done, to make sure the children are at school on time. That's very important to me. So, and I have to do it because my husband is working. So I constantly have to check myself. Am I doing things correctly? Do I need to see where I can be better, or should I let certain things go? Because sometimes people think, oh, you are a stay-at-home mom or you're a housewife. Why do you need, let's say, a cleaner or a nanny? Because there are so many other things that you have to do during the day. There's not only being at home. You have to do groceries. You have to bring your children to play dates, or they have to go to their activities outside of school. So you have to drive them or go with the bike. You have to bring them to doctor's appointments, dental appointments. There's so much going on, and you are only one person. I'm only one person. And sometimes some of your children, they are not feeling well. So today, my youngest, she caught a cold, so she is coughing. She's not really well. She wants to leech onto me, so that's also slowing me down, because I still have to do work at home. I have to cook, I have to clean. So when these things happen, you start to think to yourself, having a cleaner is not a luxury. It is not. Because to me, most important is that my home is clean, that everything is organized and neat. And if I cannot manage to do that, instead of beating myself up, which I would do, because I'm like, I didn't meet my target, I didn't achieve my goal. Now I'm at a point in life, I'm like, no, it's important to me that my house is clean and is neat. So if that means that once or twice a week I need somebody to help me achieve that goal, I'm willing to pay for that. And it's not a luxury, it's mandatory, because the house needs to be clean. My youngest one, she wants to crawl. She's at a point now that she wants to crawl and walk, and you don't want stuff on the floor, because the other kids, they play. Sometimes they don't take away their toys, or these are young children. They are not that disciplined yet. So you really want a safe and clean environment. So I'm really learning to build my own community within my home and within my tasks that I need to do. So asking my friend to help me was the first step. And once I cleared a budget, I really want to look for somebody to clean, and maybe have somebody help me with babysitting, even though it's once or twice. Of course, I have my mother, but she can only do so much. So maybe once, maybe I can find somebody to help me with the children. So even though you are at home with your children and you have time, it frees up time for me to do other things, because there's so much more that needs my love, that needs my attention. And people think that's weird, because they're like, you are at home, why do you need these things? Or people look weird at housewives that have nannies and cleaners and drivers. But I understand, because you are only one person and one person can only do so much. And if you have the budget and if you have the space to do it, do it. The end goal is more important than who is doing it. So yeah, and with that said, even leisure, like what do you do to relax? When I was younger, I would like, relax, meaning just what do I do to recharge myself? I love to be in at home watching movies or series, reality shows. That is how I would have spent most of my free time. Give myself some nice tea, have some candles, and I would watch series. Life completely changed for me once I had children, because there was not a lot of time left for relaxation, meaning laying, watching a movie, doing the things that I loved to do. Because I go to bed early nowadays. And early for me is 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. That is my ideal time to go to bed. When I was younger, I was always somebody that didn't like to go to bed real late. I just I'm not somebody who goes to bed late. I don't like it. I'm an early bird. My mom taught me to be an early bird. So even now, I'm a very early bird. I wake up 4:30. So I go to bed latest 10. That's ideally. But that means if we start having dinner at 6, because sometimes my husband will be home, let's say few minutes before 6, so we have dinner at 6. Then the children have to shower, clean up, breastfeed. Then it's already 8. Then I have to shower, have to do my full, skincare routine. By the time I'm finished, it's already 10. So that is not a moment for me to watch a movie or, to do something I love to do. So there is not a lot of leisure for me. My leisure is now, I find my relaxation by going into the shower, having a nice shower gel, body oil, body creams, perfumes, body mist, really taking care of myself. That is my way to relax. But sometimes I do miss, watching series. And I feel like sometimes when I go to bed, I feel like, can I watch just 10 minutes of a movie or a movie or a series? Because I really sometimes just want that craving to be gone. And that is life now. It's different. I do watch sometimes in the morning when I'm having my breakfast. I might have a vlog on in the background, but there's not a lot of time for me to really fully indulge in relaxation, which is not really a big deal, but sometimes it's necessary because you already give so much. So I really need to pour into myself. So with that said, when I was younger, I loved to read books. I really loved reading books when I was young. Maybe because there was no social media and life was just, the options were different. And when I went to, daycare? After school, I didn't go home because my mom was working. So I was going to daycare. and the daycare was underneath the library. And at a certain age, maybe when we were 8 or 9, we were allowed to go to the library as a, when you felt like it, because they felt like we can trust you, that you are not going to leave the building. So I would go up there and read books, and I loved thriller books, like horror books, and that was my preference, or stories that were drawn from real life. But now, even though I do not have a lot of time to read books, I try to read books. And the past years, my focus was more on building and getting success, and all these books that will motivate you to be your best, and things that people would say that you should read if you want to be successful. Now I'm in a phase of my life where I do not enjoy these type of books anymore. My preference goes out more to books that are more visual, that have nice pictures in them, books that will teach me to become a better version of myself, or things that I need for the line of work that I'm doing in the home. So for my birthday, and I already spoke about it in my last vlog, I was gifted money, and instead of buying the makeup and all that stuff, I bought books. And I bought Martha Stewart Entertaining, and I thought maybe we can go through it for today. Maybe you are or will be inspired. I also bought gardening. Is it gardening? Yeah, gardening handbook. So I just want to go through it and see, show you a little bit what it's all about. I'm really excited for this. I've been eyeing it for a long time, and I never got to it, because sometimes you fall into your old habits of, I'm gonna buy this makeup, or I'm gonna buy earrings. But at one point you just have to cut the cycle, break it, and just do something different so you get a different result. So nowadays I'm more about breaking the cycle, even with cleaning up, because if you always do the same thing, you will never get other stuff done. If you always start with, I have to vacuum, I have to wash the dishes, and then the other stuff just stays flat. So I'm always about breaking cycles, doing something different so that I can get other stuff done. So let's go into the living room. I have to say, I wanted to start out into the living room, but I really am enjoying my kitchen, and I'm guessing I'm really a kitchen girly, meaning I love being here. The lighting is best here. It's tranquil. I can close the door, no noise. But for this, I'm just gonna sit in the living room, and let's just take a look into what Martha's world really is. So we are now in the living room, and let's see this. It's a large and heavy cookbook. It's Entertaining Martha Stewart. This is the front. And the back says, with thousands of inspiring ideas from professional caterer and hostess extraordinaire Martha Stewart, 300 original recipes and 450 photographs in full color, here is the most sumptuous book on entertaining ever published. Of kitchen and learning, entertaining with style, the cocktail party, the crudite of fruit and cheese party, the omelette party, the kitchen party, the buffet, the dinner party, the holiday party, just desserts, the at-home wedding. So it's there are different sections or chapters, and they all have a theme to it, which I like, because when I create my menus, I also do it in, you know, different chapters, meaning I have a menu separately for Christmas, one for Easter, and then I had the World Cup menu. So I like that idea. But let's just look what is in the book. So let's see what this is all about. I love this. I really do love this. It's very chic. This is a note that she has written, because this is her old book, but they released new copies last year. So she just tells you, it's a thank you note, and tells her why she did it again and what her vision was back in the day for it. So the book is so big. But here's a picture of her home. It's so beautiful. Unfortunately, we don't have these types of homes here in the Netherlands. So I really like this, because it reminds me when I used to visit my grandfather in the States. It's so detailed, it's colorful, it's really inviting, just great, great. Look at her kitchen, it's a dream. This is a dream. Look at the large pumpkin over here, all of these baskets and all these pots. Look at all this food. I'm like, how did this lady cook all this food? I only did like 5 things. When did she have the time to cook all this stuff? It's just amazing what you can do with time, and how blessed we are as housewives, because she was a housewife when she created this book. And that is where you can see what you can all do with your time. A lot of people ask me, so what do you do? Or do you sit home all day, do nothing? No, I have time, meaning to, you know, change. Let me not say change, but to evolve and learn and really figure out, what do you like? What do I like to do? What do I like to watch? Because you have nobody telling you what to do. So you can do your own thing and really become your own person. And that's why I love being at home, because I can figure it out. I have the time. I have somebody who has, you know, is taking care of the financial part, so that I can just clear my mind and do something for myself. And if I don't like it, then I try something else, and really see what you can do with time. And it's amazing what she did. It really is amazing. And not saying that she couldn't have achieved it without time, because there are people who are doing this for their job. But she was doing something completely different, and she just took a chance and took it to a whole nother level. How cute is this? How cute is this for Easter? This is really elegant. I would love this for Easter. An Easter menu. What I would do is maybe roast a Surinamese marinated chicken. Maybe a small one. Like, how do you call it? Just a small bird. And then do this. This is amazing. This is cute. I like this. I love the plates. All of the plates. I think it's so understated. Surinamese food is amazing, non-negotiable, but this is the thing that is missing within our culture. And like the nice surfwear, beautiful teaware, oh, tea party. I love that. I love that. This is gorgeous. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably not gonna make any of these recipes. But to me, it's not about the recipes. It's about learning techniques, learning how to plate things, how to serve things, have ideas. Because sometimes I see a cookie, I'm like, oh, in our culture, we have a similar cookie. Maybe I should try that. So that is more my thought process when it comes to cooking shows or cooking books. I just want to take inspiration from, you know, a book, beautiful. The flowers and the champagne. You know, I have a great idea for champagne with a Surinamese twist. Basically, it's a mimosa. So I really have to work that out. But the fruit that I need is not in season right now. I think it will be in season from August. So then I will make a beautiful mimosa. This is so beautiful. And also maybe, you know, in the future we'll do my own cookbook and just see that it's okay to be retro. I love retro. I love all things 70s, 80s, 60s, disco vibes, Studio 54. That's my vibe, hence the afro. So it's nice to see that it still works and that it's not all monotone and one color and all color coordinated and, you know, boring. This is colorful. It's food. It makes you happy. It makes you want to taste and try things. It looks all interesting. I love this. I love this. This is such a detailed book. I have a Surinamese cookbook. It's an old one. My mom gave it to me. I left the original one in Suriname, but I bought a new one. It's from the 80s or 70s. And it's similar, but there are not a lot of pictures in it. And that's unfortunate because not a lot of recipes are known to me. You know, things are from the 70s. People don't make them anymore, or they're not popular anymore. So I really wish I had pictures with some of these things just to see, oh, this is what we are talking about. This is caviar. I've never ate caviar before. I never did. But I saw Keisha Kior. It was her first time trying caviar a few months ago. It just tastes like sardines. So, and I like sardines. So, nonetheless, beautiful how she did this with the orange. Nice, very nice. I wouldn't do this, but I might do a pichil. That's like a worm salad, and would do the cabbage leaves and then put the sprouts and the kausaban, like the spring beans here. I think that is how I would do it. So that is how I look at these things. So how can I change it to serve my community, my people that love traditional Surinamese food? I can use a, what is it for tea? Is it a bread? Pale pink salmon, graveless, garnished with fresh dill. It's like a piece of bread or cracker, so I can use it and do my own twist. Okay, this is more like a chicken satay. This is lamb on skewers. This is a nice way to plate it with a silverware. So this is gonna be very helpful to me to, you know, see how I can plate things and make it more appetizing to the eye. I love it. pizzas. Great, great, great book. So for now, this is going to be my form of leisure. No, in the future, just learning about this stuff and bettering myself instead of trying to do what everybody does, and you have to read books like Think and Grow Rich, which is not a bad thing, but I'm just in a different phase of my life. I want to do things that really are going to help me be a better cook, be a better hostess, you know, to serve better, hygiene wise, knives, plates, silverware. You know, she's showing you how to blanch stuff, how to stash them. These are things that are going to be really helpful to me. I love these baskets. I really do need to go to France. Also, such a thing like, I lived in the Netherlands for over 28 years. Netherlands is real close to France, to, you know, England, Italy, where there's great antiques. And I never took the time just to go to France and to go to the, you know, the antique market. And when I was living in Suriname, I was like, man, I didn't even see Europe like that. Of course, I went places. I went to Spain, I went to Paris, but not to go to museums or to, you know, go to antique markets or that stuff. I just went there to go to concerts or just go to the beach, you know, the stuff that you do. And now that I have young children and I want to go, it's more challenging to go because, yeah, of course you have to bring the kids. It's not as easy when I was by myself. I love these cookies. I love how they look. Also good for the children. They would love to work on that. Nice, an omelette party. Midnight omelette supper. Oh, it's a supper. Looks good. Yeah, it's a very nice book. I love this. What's this? Sticky buns. Oh, I saw a video of her making these sticky buns. It's basically kind of like a Cinnabon, but then with, instead of cinnamon, something else. Oh, I like this. This is real ideal for a brunch or a early breakfast. I can remember when my mom used to have these types of pots, surf pots. I think that was a thing from the 70s and the 80s. Love this. Beans, green beans, potatoes. This is more like family style. I would like that for family style. Bread, I'm not that great in bread, but I really want to be better. Oh, tempura party for 16. Nice. I like the white and blue plates. I love this. So she got something for everyone and every occasion. You know, winter and summer soups. I like that because the Suriname culture has a lot of soups. What is it? Baked apples and pears. Okay. Wow, this is nice. These are nice bowls to serve in soups. Nice cake. So, yeah, fish. You know, I love me a good fish. Heart-shaped, currant studded miniature scones. This is good for afternoon tea. This is great. Ginger muffins. I was thinking about doing something with ginger too in a cake. So it's nice that great minds think alike. To see her doing something with cake. Oh, this is nice. Italian. Everybody loves Italian food. Looks delicious. This is very nice. You see this more often now on social media, but I can imagine in the 70s or in the 80s that people didn't do this, and that it was a real shocker. Nice high cake. It looks, the one thing I like about it, it's colorful. I like the retro vibes. What is this? How do you call this? Chicken pops? How do you call it? Chicken wings with bananas. Okay. Chicken popsicles, right? Is that not how they call it? Chicken popsicles. A nice drink. The dinner party. I love this. Yeah. Beautiful. Very clean. But I love, you know, the, how do you call it? Lace. I love this. This is also in the Surinamese cookbook. Mandolins. Iced tea. Iced lemon mustard. I love it. So I would highly recommend, I don't know which books you are reading. I have a lot of books that I have to go through, that I've seen, that I want to order. They're all similar, meaning cook, decor. I even saw on, how do you call that again? I don't know if you know a website anymore. eBay. Yeah, eBay, people, you know, selling old magazines from Southern Living and stuff like that. So I really want to order that as well. It's a large book. Christmas is already coming up, so I am already also preparing for that. I want to do this, but then with my own recipes. So yeah, I'm going, oh nice that she has put that in. That is what I want to do for Christmas as well. Decorations. It's very nice that she put that in here. Nice. But even with cooking, you know, sometimes you need help. So some people ask me, why don't you cater, or why don't you, you know, cook for parties? I'm like, and who's going to help me? I mean, who's going to help me? People think of these things so easily. You have to do the groceries, you have to do the cutting, you have to do the prepping, you have to do the cooking, you have to do the storing. Who's gonna clean up in between and afterwards? I really don't have the time. It's a compliment, of course. I'm flattered, but I really do not have the time to be catering for parties and stuff like that. If you want to come to my home and cook and I host you, okay, but I cannot make the commitment by, you know, people hiring me for their parties or weddings. I just, nah. But this is amazing, and I would say, yeah, if this is something you like, order and read for yourself. You know, beautiful flower and, you know, flower arrangements. I love these old school things. So this is my ideal book, and I would like to buy more of these old school books. So this is it for today. It's a short one. I just wanted to make it, you know, light, not too much. And we will be here next week on Thursday. Weddings, oh, beautiful. We will be here on Thursday. Maybe I will share the name. I don't know how far we are with, you know, trademarking stuff. So we're gonna see. But we are doing our thing and entertaining. Maybe next week, Thursday, we will go through this because it's a thick book. Yeah, it's a thick book, but I hope you enjoyed this, you know, simple, not too much, talking about leisure. I will see you on Tuesday, 10 a.m. and we will see what we are going to talk about. Make sure you check out my Substack. I'm still going to upload the recipes and all of the recipes I did in the past. Yeah, I love you. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Enjoy with your friends, family, loved ones. Be kind to yourself. Take care of yourself. Make sure you rest enough because we as women, we need our rest. And then I will see you on Tuesday. I love you. Bye.